Good morning from the Venta, still in the state of Oaxaca. But today I should roll into Chiapas, the last Mexican state on my transect through Mexico, which has now taken about 3 weeks, maybe a bit more. This has been another part of that story. This hotel in La Venta, treated very kindly here. Last night when I arrived, I had ridden quite hard through the mountains, through the heat. It was in the mid to high 90s most of the day. And finally out of the mountains, after most of my journey through Mexico has been in the Sierra Madre. Something I was looking forward to just because I needed a break. My legs are in a special sort of condition at the moment. Just over my left shoulder, that's the Pan American Highway. I rode a bit on it yesterday. It's not my intention to ride on the Pan American Highway on my journey, but inevitably I'm rolling onto it at times, I suspect, on and off as I go. However, I'm comforted by it. I know I'll see other travelers. I just don't want my experience to be only on that particular route, which goes from the top of Alaska all the way to Argentina, with the exception of the Darien Gap. Just rolled into Chiapas, or Chiapas. Not sure the correct pronunciation just yet. Immediately through a military checkpoint, but as usual, they didn't stop me. It was also pretty typical in another way. They hardly even paid any attention to me. It's over 100 degrees today on this road, parallel to the mountains. To my left, the ocean is not far to the right, and I'm about 40 miles from my goal. I'm cooking out here. It's the hottest day of the journey so far. Over 100 degrees at times, but otherwise pretty reasonable. Sometimes a bit of a tailwind, sometimes a headwind, and even some crosswinds, but none of it was outrageous. I was concerned that section from where I exited the mountains yesterday to where I am now and until I get to the Guatemala border would be pretty unreasonable as far as wind, and maybe so much so that trucks would be blown into the ditch from a southern wind, which has happened recently and happens from time to time here. Now I've taken shelter behind an oxo, pretty much concealed back here, and it's nice and cool too. Otherwise, there's the rest of the world buzzing around, looking for a bicycle rider to maybe run over. Well, at 96 miles, I discovered I'd gone too far, missed my turn, so I've circled back and I'm now
going down the tractor track. That was avoidable otherwise because this is just cutting a corner. But so far, it's a great road, a little bumpy. I pinged my wheel once when I was shooting video. There's some deep sand too that negotiate, but it's still, that sounds terrible. It's a good road. I'm about 10 miles from a place that should be beautiful, among other things. I sure hope they have a watermelon though. I've been dying for one of them today. Well, there it is, the Pacific Ocean.